Hey everyone, this is Chris at Realridesharestories, and today we're going to be doing Real Rideshare Story News, which is all news about rideshare. So different things that happen within Uber and Lyft, as well as some other stories that I come across that made it into the news. And let's get started. So first off, we're going to be talking about how Uber is reinventing their e-bikes and e-scooters. So if you don't know what the e-bike and e-scooter is, both Uber and Lyft have them, and it's just another service that they're providing for their customers. And basically what it is, it's a bike or an electric scooter that you can rent at a place, usually in a metro area, where you can then bike around that area and then return it to another place that's right around where you are. So there's a few things that are going on in the news with that. And first, Uber is trying to get a tariff exclusion from China on the bikes that are made there. And the reason for that is because of the trade wars that are happening between the United States and China, where there's a 25% tariff rate. So they're trying to get this taken away or exclusion from so that the bikes can remain cheaper and more people can use them then. Also, on their e-bikes, they just unveiled that they're going to have swappable batteries, they're going to have phone mounts, and they're going to have QR codes for unlocking them. So a big thing within the news also this week is Lyft has filed for an IPO, and they will become the first rideshare company that is actually a publicly traded company. They beat out Uber, and Lyft is the second largest rideshare company in the world, following behind Uber, which is the largest, but they did beat Uber in getting an IPO. Expect that to go live around the first couple of months of 2019, and Uber is going to also be filing for their IPO, and that will probably be around mid-2019 where they will become publicly traded as well. One of the big things that we want to talk about is the minimum wage laws within New York City. They are planning for next month to go into effect, which will effectively give drivers about $17, right around the $17.22 mark after expenses. And basically what it is to try to help rideshare drivers get a living wage. The New York City Transportation Limousine Corporation, TLC, is saying that Uber and Lyft drivers average right around $11 per hour, which doesn't make it feasible for an hourly rate while they're on the road. This can have some pretty big impacts on New York City as well as other areas that are looking to do this as well. Seattle had proposed it at one point. I'm not sure where that has gone since then, but New York City is planning on doing this, which will be starting next month. Stay tuned for more updates on this because we still aren't sure exactly how it's going to be handled and exactly what's going to be happening. So stay tuned on that. So there's a lot of things regarding autonomous vehicles that is in the news over the last couple of weeks, especially regarding Uber and Lyft. As you may recall, a few months ago, a pedestrian was struck and killed by a driverless vehicle during a ride. So it kind of put a halt on a number of places that are doing driverless vehicles, especially in the Uber and Lyft arenas. So Lyft patented a pedestrian notification system for self-driving cars, and that basically means that they're going to put a film or a screen on the windows that will tell the pedestrians that are around a driverless vehicle what the car is going to be doing next. So if it's going to be turning, if it's going to be going forward, backward, or if it's safe to pass. So Lyft has filed for this patent and actually received the patent. Other news with autonomous vehicles, Uber has received permission from Pennsylvania to resume self-driving vehicles and testing them on the roads. In this case, they're going to be putting 2 employees in the front seat that will be monitoring the vehicle. So it won't be driverless, but it will be out there on the road to be able to test. and have somebody that's behind the wheel in case anything does go wrong, that they can brake the car or change its course or anything that needs to happen on an immediate basis to help things be safer while they are testing the roads, or while they are testing the cars on the roads. So if you enjoy Starbucks but you can't make it to the store, you're in luck. Starbucks is partnering with Uber Eats and will be providing deliveries from more than 2,000 of its locations, which is about a quarter of all of its stores. And that will be starting in early 2019. So if you live in Illinois, you might love to hear this information. The Department of Transportation Illinois has announced Monday that $10,000 in Lyft ride credits will be available in the two largest Metro East counties. From December 21st to January 2nd, free credits can be used for rides originating and ending in Madison and St. Clairs counties between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. So the ride credits are available in $20 increments, and they're through a grant from the Governor's Highway Safety Association and Rideshare service Lyft. If you'd like to be eligible for this, potential customers must download the code and enter it within the Lyft app. The code will be shared in the coming days on the following social media accounts: the Illinois Department of Transportation, the Illinois State Police, the Illinois State Police District 11, St. Clair County Sheriff Office, Edwardsville Police Department, O'Fallon Police Department, Troy Police Department, Maryvale Police Department, Collinsville Police Department, Granite City Police Department, and on Facebook on the Caseyville Police Department, the Glen Carbon Police Department, and they will be on a first-come, first-served basis. So if you're in those two counties or going to and from the counties, make sure you can get your $20 rideshare credit and have a safe ride going to and from these areas during this time. All right, so on to other news that I came across is a man with a service dog is saying that Uber and Lyft drivers are repeatedly denying him rides. Now, this is actually against Uber and Lyft's terms and conditions as a driver, and it's actually against the law to deny a driver who has, to deny a passenger who has a service dog. All right, that's it for this week's Rideshare News, happening every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell for future notifications from all of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you next time. Still watching? That's all right. This video might be over, but the fun doesn't have to be. Video up top, if you click that, that'll take you to the last video that we just did, and the video down below is what YouTube thinks you should watch. If you're not a subscriber yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button right over here, and we'll see you next time.